place where you can go, where there's no one to tell you yes or no. If you just look into your heart, you will find there. That's the place to start. If you take a step and take another again, you'll find a better place to land. I know that it can be there someday. You've been waiting for. I know this life can be that one life you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Oh, 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 oh. Today could be the day. Oh, 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 today could be the day.
Slow or smelly drains can become a plumbing emergency fast. Get Pipe Wrench's $99 drain clearing guaranteed to work or it's free. Our plumbers arrive the same day to get things flowing again. Schedule your $99 drain clearing today at PipeWrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is
It's time for Wake Up with Witcher. Here's meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center.
Well, good morning. It's Taco Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's a nice, mild start to the day with mostly cloudy skies. These clouds are going to be with us for the better part of the day. We've got a lot of low-level moisture trapped in the atmosphere. That's going to continue to bring us the cloud coverage here throughout the day today. But temperature-wise, it is going to feel great. And actually, that ridge of high pressure continues to build, as we've been talking about for several days now. That will lead to well above average temperatures. We're going to be trending nearly 20 degrees. I want to give a big shout out to Denise this morning. She has left us here in East Tennessee, but she has not left the broadcast. Denise, you can join us every single day. You know that. And we do miss you. And I hope your move turned out to be better than some of the moves I've had in years past. Never wanted to move, and I've moved, 8, 9 times, something like that in the last 20 years. So it has, maybe even more than that, actually, to be honest with you. It has been a long, long road of moving, and more moving. So anyways, hopefully your move turned out to be just great. Kathy, good morning. And everybody else, I sure hope you have a great day today. Are you ready for the heat? Are you ready for the colder air? Are you ready for the rain? We've got a lot of rain. Some of the latest model guidance is really going to bring us some potential drought-busting rain come Friday into Saturday. And if you were with me yesterday, I said, well, we may see falling temperatures on Saturday, but if the cold front's delayed, which some of the latest model guidance is saying, okay, it may be a little bit more delayed, meaning Saturday is probably going to trend to be a little bit warmer, and then the colder air settles its way in as we get into our our Sunday. Let's go take you outside. A live look right now from Union County. That's a live look from the Maynardville Courthouse in downtown Maynardville. So those clouds that we have out there right now, that's the really, I think that's going to be the story throughout the day. I think these clouds are going to stay rather thick. I think we have enough low-level moisture and an inversion taking place that we may have a little bit of haze out there from time to time. I think that's really going to be the story, thanks to this little system that's just kind of a weak little system that's swinging its way into the area. So let's start you off with the almanac from yesterday. I always like to keep you in check. You know, do I have like a 3-degree guarantee? No, but yesterday I was forecasting 63. We made it to 64, so I'll take that any day of the week. But again, well above average. I mean, listen, our average high temperatures are in the 40s and 50s across all of East Tennessee. 51 in Chattanooga is the average, and 48 in the Knoxville area. So let me show you the future cast. Now, again, if you're going to be outside throughout the day today, can't rule out maybe a sprinkle or maybe a stray light shower, but the general idea is we just don't have a lot of moisture to tap into. We've got a lot of low-level moisture, but not a lot of energy and deep moisture to produce much in the way of rainfall. So from now through sunset, we're going to stay mostly cloudy. You can see a rainfall forecast for the day today, and it is fairly lackluster. Now this morning, We are trending anywhere from 3 degrees warmer in Tri-Cities to 25 degrees warmer in the Pikeville community. Benton, Cleveland, Chattanooga, 20 degrees warmer. So when you look at the numbers this morning, it's incredibly comfortable in most locations. You folks in Morristown, Greenville are like, no, you're not. Tri-Cities are like, no, it's not, Witcher. It's cold. Well, yeah, it's only 30 degrees in Tri-Cities, but look at the difference. Because the clouds have kind of crept on in. We had a little bit more clearing skies, or a little bit more of a clearer night across upper East Tennessee. But now the clouds are continuing to move on in. Despite the cloud coverage, despite the chance for maybe a stray light shower, temperatures today should climb into the 60s. So it should be a fantastic day temperature-wise anyways. But let's talk about those rain chances. We do have our next cold front. Now we do have a little wave swinging its way through today, and that's what's bringing the clouds. But even though we have this cold front coming through today, it's not going to do much. Another cold front, that's our secondary cold front this week. It is going to drop a lot of rain. So let me walk you through the future cast. So we'll pick up our timeline this morning. This gives you the big picture idea of how all this moisture kind of streams on into the area, giving us the mostly cloudy, or rather overcast skies throughout the day. High pressure builds on into our Wednesday. That's going to clear the skies. That's going to give us a lot more sunshine. So do anticipate a lot more sunshine tomorrow. It's short-lived because here comes our next weather maker, and it's going to ramp up. Now, a lot of snow across the upper Midwest, the Great Plains. That's where the snow machine's going to be. That's where the snow machine's going to be. We're not going to see any snow out of this system, but this takes us through 7 o'clock on Friday night. That's the storm system I'm talking about. Now, this is my 3-kilometer high-resolution in-house model. It only goes out to Friday night. So let me switch over to the 15-kilometer, a little bit of a lower resolution model, but it goes out further in time. And watch how this moisture just kind of sets up with that southwest to northeast orientation. And we don't have a really quick progression from west to east. And so because of that, it's going to scoop up. I mean, we've got a lot of moisture that's going to be driven into the area. So watch this. Here we go. Here's Friday night. So we'll see some scattered showers throughout the day on Thursday and Friday, but really it's Friday night into Saturday morning. Remember, I said this has been delayed a little bit by maybe even nearly 12 hours. And so depending on the timing, A, depends on, what kind of weather we actually get here. Do we get any severe weather? B, well, I think we're going to have the rain depending on how fast this moves from west to east. And C, temperature is probably not going to be falling as quickly on Saturday as I was talking about yesterday. But the colder air will come in on Sunday. So Saturday night into Sunday, and then we'll see more sunshine, but more seasonable weather. One side of the story is going to be the wind. The wind is going to be cranking up, and that is going to be a story. That's something that I'm going to have to watch here as we wrap up the week, right? Like some of the last couple of systems that have swung on through. Now, this one is not that very thin line, but we have enough energy in the atmosphere, enough wind in the atmosphere that if we can tap into it, we'll see some pretty strong gusty winds, maybe some special weather statements as it comes on through. Look at the wind field, though. So if anybody has any travel plans, the winds are going to be out of the south, out of the head of the cold front. So Interstate 40, you're going to be bouncing around quite a bit Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday, the winds shift to the west-northwest as some cooler, drier air starts to settle its way on in. We also have a risk for some strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, not here locally, but back to our west. So level 1 risk by the Storm Prediction Center Thursday into Friday. And then Friday into Saturday, we've got a 15% probability. So they issue the level 1, 2, 3, 4 risks days 1, 2, and 3. But when you get 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 days out, they give us a probability of 15% probability that we'll continue that severe weather risk from west of Middle Tennessee all the way down into Mississippi. For us here locally, again, no severe weather risk as it stands right now. So make sure you check back in here this week if you don't join every single morning. But this is the story. I mean, this is going to be some solid drought-busting kind of rain. When you look at the rainfall totals, the bullseye seems to be across northern Alabama into East Tennessee. If this holds true, which the models have kind of been picking up on those rain showers over the last several days, we could end the week with anywhere from 1 to over 2.5 inches of rainfall. And I say that's great news because remember, we have some sort of a drought ongoing around all of East Tennessee, whether it be abnormally dry conditions in the area shaded in yellow, to the moderate drought with the area shaded in light brown, to the darker brown orangish area. That's a severe drought. So the drought has really started to creep its way into the area. Now, this is likely to worsen when it comes out again on Thursday because the rainfall's not coming through until Friday. And then next week, we should see some improvements, I would imagine. from the U.S. Drought Monitor. So here's your 7-day forecast. 63 today. Well, then we're up in the upper 60s to low 70s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday into Saturday, the rain comes on in. So scattered showers, they should be on the lighter side on Friday, even though we have a 60% chance. Remember, percentages do not tell you the entire story. It doesn't tell you timing, duration, intensity, or rainfall totals. So you can never just look at a 7-day forecast, and I say this all the time, and say, okay, I'm going to cancel my plans. Well, I wouldn't cancel your plans on Friday because while we'll have some scattered showers, the bulk of the rain doesn't come through until Friday night and probably for the first part of our Saturday. So I've bumped our Saturday rainfall percentages up to 80%. Probably going to be bumping that up to 100%. Let's just see what the timing is. And again, that's not going to be all day Saturday. It just lets you know that you are guaranteed to get rain on Saturday. Is pretty much all that's telling you. But above and beyond the 7-day forecast, even though we're going to cool down into the 40s back behind the cold front, we may continue to trend on the drier side all the way through the next couple of weeks. So we are looking at beneficial rain, drier conditions above and beyond the 7-day forecast, warm spring-like temperatures, 60s and low 70s. I mean, tomorrow's going to feel amazing because we're having a lot more sunshine. So now we're going to have that sun insulation really helping to warm us up. Not to mention temperature is going to warm up quite a bit as well. Thursday, I think, is great, but the clouds increase. And then, of course, the heavy rain moves its way in as we get into our Friday. Friday night, really, anyways. Good morning. From a very cold Johnson City compared to Knoxville. You're not wrong. PC Air Bum. I never know what some of these, some of your handles are. Good morning. Merry old Christmas to you. Well, we're well past that, aren't we? Oh, you like the new intro? It's old. I just never used it. Heat, how hot? 70s, Laura. 70s. And Laura and I have been chatting. She's a school teacher over at a school here in East Tennessee, and we're going to try to get out there. Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Abby Ham. If you happen to catch the news this morning, she did announce this morning that she is leaving WBIR. Abby Ham is like one of my best friends. I've known her for 20, 25 years. We've obviously worked together for a very, very long time. And it's hard to leave our friends and our family members at our jobs when you've been there for a long time, especially the news. I don't know about your jobs, but when you leave the news, we're there together more sometimes than we are with our families. That's just kind of the crazy the business is. But she's moving on, and her last day is going to be January 16th. And so I'll keep you posted on that. You'll probably see that more on the news. But yes, Abby Ham is going to be leaving Channel 10. And Abby, I love you. You're a good friend of mine. I'm so proud of you for everything that she's got coming down the pipeline. She's going to do amazing things for our community, which is going to be awesome. And of course, we'll talk more about that in the coming days. All right. Ready to get some rain. Got a new book. Rainy days are awesome book reading days, aren't they? Good morning, Lisa. How are you this morning? Becky's like, okay, I'm already sweating over here. Listen, some people, it's like you can't win when it comes to weather, right? Some people are like, okay, I love the 70s. And some people are like, listen, it's winter time. We have long summers. Let's enjoy some cooler temperatures and get the bugs on out of here. I mean, listen, if it stays warm all the way from now through spring for the most part, we're going to be in trouble when it comes to mosquito season and bug season, huh? Yeah, congratulations to her for sure. Feels good outside for Krista, but not for Tri-Cities. Good morning, Brandy. How are you this morning? Let's see. We need the rain. Very dry in North Georgia. Lakes are very low. Yeah, as they typically are this time of the year anyways. But we do. I'm glad you all are understanding that we need a good soaking rain. Let's see. The worst damage my neighborhood, South Clinton, has seen in the last 10 years came from a winter thunderstorms. They can be pretty wild, especially those really sharp, strong cold fronts, but I don't necessarily know that's going to be the place. Hey, I want to tell you this morning, I got a big old meeting on my new website. I told you that I'm getting a new website. It's going to be better, it's going to be bigger, it's going to be great. So I've got a meeting on that today. So we'll see. Once that website airs, I'll keep you posted because there's a lot of cool new things that we're going to be adding to that for sure. I saw her big news post that, and had a feeling that she was leaving. That's your birthday is the 16th, huh? Well, tune in. We'll be wishing you a happy birthday for sure. Let's see. Sad she's leaving, but happy for her new job. You know, it's. I will say this, and I've said this when I had my departure and whatever. It is the hardest thing to do in the entire world because you're stepping into something uncharted territories, right? And me starting East Tennessee weather was fully uncharted territories. Nobody was doing this, what I'm doing, and I'm so glad that you're joining me every day. So it is a scary thing, but listen, sometimes when you wake up at 2:00 in the morning for so long, it takes its toll on you. And it takes its toll on your family. And the morning news and just the news business anyways is a very ruthless business. It's tough. It's long hours. It's hard work. But when you move on, there's always something better on the other side. Wouldn't you agree with that? All right, let's move right along, shall we? We'll take you back outside. We'll show you. Let's take you to Fox Road Marina. That's the scene this morning, my friends. Warm in most locations, cold in Tri-Cities, but cloudy skies are sticking with us this morning, and they're going to be with us all day long. By the way, before we get to those national holidays, let's take a look at some traffic here for just a moment. If you have to hit the road this morning, I should do this a little bit sooner, but no major issues. There's no accidents out there this morning. We'll come down along Interstate 40. We'll take you to West Hills and Interstate 40, and you can see traffic is running smoothly this morning. So obviously, volume of traffic really starts to pick up right about now, and with the kids going back to school, traffic gets to be a little bit busier than when we are not in school. All right, today's national holidays, we got to refresh these pages for you. Today's January 6th, so we're, of course, celebrating birthdays and events. Today is National Cuddle Up Day. Or let's just wait till Sunday when it's going to be colder and you can cuddle up. You can cuddle up with your pooches. I cuddle up with my pooches every day. I always tell my wife, I'm like, listen, sometimes I think my dogs hate me. I'm always grabbing them. I'm always cuddling them. I'm always throwing them in my arms. I'm like, I don't know if they like this. I don't know if they hate it. I don't know, but I do it anyways. Today's also National Technology Day. Where would we be without the technology? Where would I be with East Tennessee weather without the technology that we have? And I forgot to push play on Instagram, so we'll just shut that down. Anyways, morning, Rick. How are you this morning, bud? I mean, technology, right? It's like, have you ever seen Office Space? It's like you can't live with it. You can't live without it. You want to smash those computers some days, and trust me, I have been down that road, as many of you know. It's National Shortbread Day. I do love me some shortbread cookies. And it's National Bean Day. Beans, the musical fruits. I won't keep going, but you know the rest of the story. Beans are good. They do a body good, right? Good fiber. That's what they say. All right, let's talk about some weather history for this date. We'll go all the way back to 1990. Not that far long ago, but we'll keep going. Rain and gale force winds prevailed across the northern Pacific coast. Winds gusted to about 65 in parts of Oregon. In 1989, just a bona fide blizzard ripped through the south central and eastern Idaho. Strong winds up to 60 miles per hour, 35 degrees below zero, and drifts of snow up to 5 feet. And now they just somehow can't even get much snow out west right now. In 1988, it was a bad day for chickens. Heavy snow in Arkansas, with totals ranging up to 16 inches, claimed the lives of 3.5 million chickens. And snow and ice up to 3 inches thick claimed the lives of another 1.75 million chickens in north central Texas. Up to 18 inches of snow blanketed Oklahoma in just 24 hours. So what? That's 5.25 million chickens were lost. Ooh. I'd say it was a bad day for chickens, and probably a bad day for us because chicken prices went up. In 1987, a snowstorm moving across the western U.S. spread heavy snow into the central Rockies. Places like Casper, Wyoming received 14 inches of snow in just 24 hours. In 1884, the temperature dipped to 1 degree below zero in Atlanta, Georgia. And in 1880, Seattle, Washington was the midst of the worst snowstorm on record. Hundreds of barns were destroyed. Transportation was brought to a standstill as the storm left the city buried under 4 feet of snow. And today, January 6th in history, today's daily quote: the best way to predict the future is to invent it. Could not be more than the truth right there. Cuddling is so overrated. Come on. Come on, Chris. Every time you say this kind of stuff, you know next time I see you, I'm going to give you a giant bear hug again just because. And then I might cuddle you a little bit more. Just to bug you. All right, 1999, the 106th U.S. Congress opened. The first item on the agenda was the impeachment proceedings of U.S. President Bill Clinton. The trial was set to begin January 7th, 1999. In 1968, Gibson patented its Flying V electric guitar. In 1963, Wild Kingdom premiered on NBC. In 1957, Elvis Presley made his last appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show in New York City. In 1952, Peanuts debuted on Sunday papers across the United States. How could you forget those days? You've got the Sunday comics, you got the Peanuts, you've got the crossword puzzles, and oh, those are a thing of the past, aren't they? And in 1931, Thomas Edison executed his last patent application. There you go. Oh, we got some sunshine showing up. Not clouds for everybody. Let me get this up and running here. Cool shot of the moon setting off in the western sky, though. This is a live look in Gatlinburg. There's the moon on the top right-hand side of the screen. Cool shot there. We got some great photos to share with you this morning. Yesterday was National Bird Day. The red bird on our backyard, Heidi. How about this one? That's so cool. Oh, what a pretty bird that is. That's on their bird camera. So she's got a bird camera. We talked about this yesterday, or the other day anyways. I forget what day it was. They all run together. But some people have bird cameras. I said, if you have bird cameras, send me your photos. And that is one of them. I know it comes with videos as well, but and then Michael Mays said, who would have thunk it? Middle of January, beginning of January, January 5th. And, well, you get to go out and play because it's been so nice. That's what these kiddos are doing. It makes it nice. I mean, doesn't it make it nice to get the kids out and have them play? Look at those little tykes. I love it. I love it. Thanks for sharing that one. Here we got another one from AGC Adventures, North Knoxville Sunset last night. Get this one on camera. This is going to take up the whole screen. This is beautiful. Looking at Sharps Ridge from North Knoxville. So Sharps Ridge is right there on the left-hand side of the screen. Had a couple other photos coming in as well. So I don't know if you happened to capture this. My neighbor captured this yesterday. Have you seen this yet? Have you seen that stuff in the sky? Okay, so my neighbor caught this and sent me this image and said, hey, do you happen to know what this is? What's going on here? And I honestly did not have a clue what that was. And here's another one. Let's see. Here's another one, different picture. How about that one? Somebody else sent that one in. So do you happen to know what that is? I posted on social media last night. Believe it or not, friends, that is the Starlink satellites floating through the sky. Starlink. Is that not so crazy and cool? I literally had to go to the internet and be like, what was in the sky above Knoxville just now? And I didn't really find an answer per se. And then I started figuring it out, and I started seeing images like this on the internet. And I was like, oh, that's Starlink. Which is crazy because I actually own a Starlink. So when I broadcast from Little Arrow or out in the sticks, sometimes you don't have the best of internet. And if I need to broadcast, I do have a Starlink as well. But I thought it was is that not the coolest thing ever? I've never seen that. Yeah, all of you. There we go. That's your internet. There we go. I think it's the craziest thing in the world. It links up and then flies off again. Is that what it's doing? I have no idea how this works. Let's see. Yeah, my dad sees it over Norris Lake a lot. We didn't know what it was until last night. So thanks for clearing that up, clearing up the mystery. know some folks are like, is that a UFO? It's nighttime contrails or nighttime chemtrails. If you're a chemtrail believer, please don't. But you can think what you want. Your favorite technology, huh? Yeah, I mean, look at it. You all. I'm glad you all knew it, because I sure didn't know it. Let's see. I think that's all the photos that we have for the day today. Remember, if you ever have any questions, you can always message me, mike@easttandweather.com. You can get on the app and go to support on the app. Hey, listen, if you love the East Tennessee Weather app, I'd love for you to share it with everybody that you know. Got QR codes everywhere. Just tell them to download the East Tennessee Weather app. It is becoming very popular, my friends. I will tell you one thing I told my wife the other day. You know, when you get out of TV, speaking of Abby Ham, getting out of TV, when you get out of TV, well, you lose. People forget about you pretty quickly, unless you're on social media, which of course we all are, right? But I was going somewhere with that. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that? Well, there we go. We'll just call it a day. Oh, the East Tennessee Weather app. Anyways, a lot of folks still don't know exactly where I'm going. I know where I was going with that. A lot of folks are now starting to recognize me in public because of the East Tennessee Weather platform and the app itself, which is great. There's a long time people are like, I miss you on the news. Now it's like, hey, I love your app and I love what you're doing. And that I love you for as well. So thanks for supporting East Tennessee Weather. Again, like and share and comment. I appreciate it, my friends. I sure hope you have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short. Enjoy today. It's going to be warm. Not a lot of sunshine today. More sunshine as we get into the day tomorrow and Thursday. But then our storm system arrives Friday into Saturday, bringing us the potential for some drought-busting kind of rain. If you're joining me on the app right now and you joined in late, I'll send you right back to the 24-hour channel at the top of the app. And I'll kick it off with the latest forecast update, which of course you can always get on the app itself as well. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Good old hump day. That means Ed Rupp's coming back tomorrow. Can't wait for that. See you tomorrow.
While the visionaries run a race that's already lost. It's you. Oh, it's you. It's you. Oh, it's you. There's a schoolboy standing up in front of an army, shoes in the mud and the wet paint twists and turns up the alley just like it should. So your colors, they start and it's stripping you